Hello fellow YouTubers, Bear Prepper here. Today I'm going to try out my new food strainer, Victorio. Watch, I'm still working this video on making tomato sauce and tomato juice. So we're going to use this today and find out how it works. One of the problems I have in my kitchen, and I'm not sure if the rest of you have this problem, see the edge of my table? It's rounded. I can't clip things like that on it. So what I do is I open my table as if I'm going to put a leaf in, screw it down, and then close it back up. So if you too have that problem, my counters are also too thick, so I can't do that either. So what I'm going to do is I purchased 30 pounds of beefsteak tomatoes. Of course, I didn't get a great tomato crop out of my garden, so I got 30 pounds of these, and I'm going to make tomato sauce, tomato soup, and tomato juice today. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wash and cut up my tomatoes. Okay, I ended up only doing 15 pounds so far. These were tomatoes grown in a greenhouse, organic. I paid $1.29 a pound for them. So, because I just didn't get a tomato crop, as you all know. So I've got my bowl to catch my scraps, and you have to find a bowl that'll fit under this plastic thing. So I've used that blue bowl for that. Then I have tomatoes. I cut them in quarters. And you put them in the hopper, I suppose, and turn the handle. You know what? I think you probably need to be on the other side. Whoosh, God, don't get dizzy. For you to see what's coming out there. If anything. Because I sure can't see. This handle is pretty hard to turn. Word of warning. Am I turning it the right way? No. Okay. This is not easy. I'm hoping it's just because it's brand new. Because it's really hard. There we go. Whew. Alright, let me come back at you when I get some done. Okay, I'm finding with these beefsteak tomatoes, I'm getting a lot of skin and pulp. I don't know if you can see, there's an awful lot of pulp in there. So, I don't know if this is the best thing to do with beefsteak. But I'm going to keep trying. A lot of juice. Okay, I ran my peels through twice because I didn't have the knack of how to do it. So, I found my best results if I just take a handful and push them through. There's a lot of liquid in this hopper that just doesn't come out, so you're going to get a mess when you push the tomatoes down. But I'm going to have a lot of sauce. I'm on my 20th pounds. 10 more to go. Okay, ignore my mess here. Well, let me show you a little trick. It's taken me almost the whole thing to figure this out. Don't beat it up. Don't push hard. Just gently let a tomato drop in the side and then let it catch. And oh my goodness, it works wonderfully. Do not manhandle it. If you have to manhandle it, what's going to happen is you're going to clog this and you're going to be cleaning it out and tomato juice is going to be squirting everywhere. So, learn from my mistakes. Don't beat it up, and put a little olive oil on the gasket. And just gently turn the handle. If you can't turn the handle, it's probably because it's dry. And just push a tomato in. So much nicer. Another tip, if you're left with a lot of juice in here, what you want to do is take some of your peels and push them in because this thing doesn't turn when it's dry, and it'll get all those juices out. You may have to add it multiple times because it's got to have some pulp going through or it doesn't operate correctly. Alright, let me do those last flat of tomatoes. Okay, let me show you what I got. I got 8 quarts of tomato juice, which I'm going to make tomato soup and taco sauce, so that I just can open a jar of my hamburger and a jar of this and have dinner. That's my tomato waste. I've got everything cut up. And that's my tomato sauce that I got. So I'm going to get busy putting this together. If you want the instructions on how to do this, check out I'm Still Working's tomatoes video. She did an amazing job and I can't improve on it. Okay, we've got the water bath canner going with the tomato sauce in it. And we got the pressure canner going with the tomato soup in it. So I got to bed around 1 o'clock in the morning, and these are the fruits of my labor. My camera's tilted. I don't know what's going on with it. Over here on the left, I have my tomato soup. Now, I used all red peppers, and I wasn't thinking red peppers are sweeter than green peppers. So my tomato soup was a little sweet, so I ended up adding some lemon juice to it to kind of cut the sweetness of it. So don't use red peppers, use green. In the middle there, I have taco seasoning. So all I did was take my recipe for taco seasoning packets and added that to my tomato soup and canned that. Tastes really wonderful. I can just open a can of ground beef and a can of that and I've got dinner. And then over on the right is my tomato sauce. And as you see, can you see? The jars are cloudy. Guess what I forgot in my water bath counter? Vinegar. Doesn't hurt the product. Just I'm going to have to spend some time cleaning these up. Nice and cloudy. So what I'll do now is I'll take the rings off, put them in soapy water and wash them all up, dry them, and then of course I have to put my rings back on because I have 2 very smart dogs that when they like something they will chew the lid right off. So I put my rings back on. Come this winter, I'll be taking all my rings off my jars out there because the moisture level will be higher and I don't want them to rust. And I'll just take a piece of wire and string them to it. So there we go, my marathon of tomatoes. Blessings.